I'm too tired to be making a video, you guys. This was a mistake. Hello, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mandy Grace, the author of a retelling of The Legend of Robin known as Return to Sherwood. I'm currently working on the sequel, which is super fun. I'm not actually working on it, I'm working on publishing. I need to start over. I'm working on getting the nope. It is nearing the end of September, which means we have almost completed the third quarter of the year, which means it's time to make new goals for the last quarter of the year. For anyone who's not aware already, I make what I call my quarterly writing goals every 3 months of the year. It keeps me motivated just to have goals and something to strive for? Whatever. I'm tired, it's fine. And I do them every 3 months because 3 months is a decent amount of time for me personally to get things done. It's not so short that I'm panicked or stressed about deadlines, but it's not so long that I get really lazy and I'm like, oh, I have 6 months to do this, I can do it later. It's usually not a lot of goals. As you can see, my July, August, and September goals there's like 5 of them. But anyway, because September's almost over, it's time to make new goals and look back at last quarter, which isn't technically over yet, but it almost is, and see if I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. So first things first, looking at last quarter, I wanted to finish all of the rewrites and personal edits of the sequel to Return to Sherwood, which I did do, which is why it's highlighted. And then I wanted to do my POV edit that I do for books with multiple characters, where I pull them all out individually and just edit the scenes from one person's point of view to make sure that it's a complete story arc, and then the next person's point of view, and then the next, and then jumble them all back together again chronologically, story-wise. Which I did do because it's also highlighted. I wanted to get the official cover for Return to Grace from Mandy Lynn, which is also highlighted. I love the cover. I'm so excited to share it with people. This one that's X'd out, so I go to a conference, convention thing every year that I grew up going to, and once I was an adult selling books was like, hey, I could be one of the vendors here, so that's what I do. But anyway, it was cancelled in May because COVID, and then it was rescheduled for July, so I put it on my list. It was like, hey, conference, but it was cancelled because COVID. So it didn't get highlighted, but it's not like I didn't do something, it was cancelled, it doesn't count. And then the last thing that I really wanted to do was get Return to Grace to the lovely people who edit and proofread my stories, so that they could do that, so that I could publish it. I got behind on things. You can't tell because everything is highlighted, but I got behind on things because my computer was possessed by a demon, and I got a little bit stressed out for like 3 days, but it's fine. Everything's fine. And of course I always want to be making YouTube videos and staying on top of my social media. I didn't highlight this, but I've done well with this. I only missed 2 YouTube videos. That was at the beginning of the month, and that was when my computer was demon possessed, so it wasn't my fault. And with social media, I'm not great, but I've been mediocre, so it isn't really a fail, it was just whatever. So, on to making new goals. Let's see. October, November, and December. Let's end Wretched 2020 on a positive bang. Let's see, at some point in the next 3 months, I will want to get my edits back from my editors so I can implement those edits. What else do we want to do for Return to Grace? The cover reveal, the actual publication. Let's see, Preptober is coming, and then Nano is coming. Between these 2 things, that would be brainstorming the new story, outlining the new story, drafting the new story. Check. This list is looking longer than most. And then, of course, stay on top of my YouTube schedule and posting on social media. And if I think of anything else throughout the month, I'll just add it to my list. It's not a lot of things, but that's my goals. Hopefully I can accomplish them. I'm a little, not really stressed, but sort of not feeling as prepared for Preptober, because if you've been watching my Nano Prep vlogs that I started in what month is it? In August. I've gotten very behind on the research that I wanted to have done before October. And I didn't get it done, so now I'm going into Preptober not prepped